This meeting is being recorded.
All right, so I am pumped for this, you guys, because Dana has been killing it over there. And I know that when somebody is enrolling like she is, she was gone to conference and then she had COVID. So still bringing in those customers and distributors, a lot of them through attraction marketing, them coming to her, and we all are like, what are you doing? Tell me your secrets. And oh, I do have to wear my glasses. And so if you guys have any questions, you can always ask in the chat. And we can answer them in the end. But I wrote some good nuggets down where I was like, okay, tell me all the things. So I know that you have lots of amazing enrollments coming to you. So what do you feel like it's mostly from? Like stories, posting? I see you doing TikToks and Reels. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Dana. Okay, so I'm going to kind of brainstorm. Sorry, I had so much going on tonight. I'm trying to keep my thoughts in order. So basically, what I decided to try to do is I wanted to see how far I could go with attraction marketing without happing. Now, I'm not saying happing isn't important, because happing is known to draw so many customers. I know that if I get halves up tonight, I'm signing tomorrow. Happing is just known to really, really work. However, I just wanted to see how it could go with just attraction marketing. So what I decided to do is I haven't happed since December. So this is something I've kept to myself. I have not done any happing. So every single customer, every single distributor that I have enrolled since December has strictly been through my posting, basically. So it's not just posting, it's kind of a variety of everything. So I wrote notes because I squirrel, and I will go off topic. So I was watching actually Jackie Deering's video today, and she was talking about ADHD, and I'm like, maybe I should get diagnosed because I'm like the same as her. I could just go off. So, okay, it's a huge variety between quality posting, my stories, Reels, TikToks, Facebook Reels, but mainly posting. I try to stay very, very consistent with my posting. And that is like the main way I've been drawing people in. A huge part of it is like a variety of posting. I'm not posting the same thing every single day. It's, if you go to my Facebook, you're not going to see product, you know, join me. That's not how I'm operating. It's basically a little mixture of everything. It's a mixture showing people that I'm using these products, I'm having results with these products, I love these products, what the company is doing for me, where I came from. Like, I was $60,000 in debt before this company, and I'm debt free. So I know that this business works, and I will shout that out. I'm not going out there and being like, hey guys, I was $60,000 in debt. But no, I'm going out there being like, we are now debt free. And I was working 60 to 70 hours a week before, and I was not able to pay off our debt. I mean, I was gone all day, every day at work. My husband was gone all day, every day at work. And we were still going further and further into debt. It didn't make sense. The 9-to-5 gig was just not for us. I wasn't feeding my family healthy. We were busy at hockey. We would come home, grab fast food on the way, which our house is full of groceries, and we're just grabbing fast food because it was convenient. Basically, I shout that out. I talk about where we came from, where I'm going, the direction I'm headed into. And that's basically how I've been drawing people in, just kind of telling a bit about my story through my posting. And I don't end every post with, come and join me. It's kind of just like giving them a glimpse into my life. Like, if you scroll my Facebook, you're going to know I'm an animal lover. You're going to know that I'm a mom of 3 boys in hockey. You're going to know that I love my kids. They come first. That I have all this freedom now to do whatever we want. Traveling is huge for me. That I'm being very, that I'm earning a lot with my company. And I hope that answers your question.
No, it does for sure. And I think that's incredible. Like $60,000 is huge, especially if you have 3 jobs and 3 boys. I know that you're a busy mom in hockey because I do follow you, of course. So I do know that about you just from what you said, sharing it on your social. And I have to say, like, one of the things that I love when I go to your page, it is very relatable. It's rare that you see, join my team. Yes, you do talk about your business a lot. You're more posting about it in like a super inspiring way. And I was like, I wonder if she's, taking her post from somewhere. Did she write that up? Because it's so good, which is one of my questions after. And I know that you shared that you're really, really consistent posting, like majority comes from posting. So would you say your best tips for, having those clients come to you, is it like consistency? Is it quality pictures? Because you get to take such good photos. And I know in the beginning, that was something that was like, I don't know what to say and I don't know how to take a picture, where I was like really shy, which we'll talk about after. Is it like, since they're coming from posting, is it like the photos that draw them in, the wording that draws them in? What are your best tips for like a post, like for posting?
Okay, so I have some notes here. My biggest advice for posting would be to make sure it's quality. So one thing I do notice a lot of people will do is they're trying to show their life, right? They're showing what they're doing with their kids, and their post will have like 20 to 30 pictures of their kids. Okay. Now our kids to us are precious. We want, like, every single picture is so amazing. But what I like to do is I will take those pictures and I will go through them and find the best 3 pictures that I love the most. Now, all the other pictures I'm going to upload into an album on Facebook, or I'm going to save them on my camera roll or whatever, but I'm going to take my top 3 favorite and I'm going to create a post out of that. Because I know my viewers are not going to want to click through my mom, sure, my mom's going to want to see all the pictures of her grandbabies, but for my viewers, they're not going to want to click through a million pictures, right? So I like to just grab the highlights, my favorites, and post it like that. Now, it's fine if you want to use the one with your kid all messy and it's funny and it's cute, they just had spaghetti, go for it. But find the funniest one then and post that. Because I find if you're scrolling on social media and you see, one picture, you're going to be more likely to go and comment. Sometimes it's kind of overwhelming. You see so many, you're like, oh, I'll come back to this when I have time, right? But when you have that captivating picture, it's exciting. So that is one advice I want to give, is just like, take the quality of it. I see a lot of people using Snapchat filters. Okay. Those are, to me, I'm not a huge fan of Snapchat filters. I find it just washes people out. You don't see their characteristics of their face. It comes across low quality to me. So I like to use different apps, like editing apps, where it's just, if you want to just brighten your photo, if you want to like enhance your eyebrows, if you want to do those things, you can go all natural, but make sure you're facing a light source. It could be a window, it can be a ring light, anything, but you want to have your picture come up on Facebook and have somebody stop because they want to see what it's about. If it's dark, if it's dingy, if it looks really messy behind you, I mean, yes, you want to be authentic, you want to be real. I mean, we're busy moms. My house isn't always sunshine and rainbows. If it's a mess, that's okay. But if I'm doing a picture where it's like a lifestyle post and that's not what I'm posting about, then I'm going to make sure it's a little bit tidy for my picture. So just having that quality. I think I've gone off of what you
No,
asked.
you're actually, so I'm going to ask you, about pictures first, and then I'll ask you about like where you find inspiration for wording. Because I know in the beginning I was the person, like if I go back through my old photos and they are dark, and I didn't know that like when you stand and like the light is facing you, we all have had those times where we're just like scrolling, but if we see a bright, clear quality photo, we're like, oh, it's just eye-catching. So it is really, really important. Do you want to share with us, because I know you said you use some editing apps. I Retouch is one of my favorite ones that I'll just share. And what it does is like, if I take a photo and then all of a sudden there's like something in the background, I'm like, ah, shoot, I don't want to have to retake it. You can actually just like smudge it out and it disappears. So like, that's one of my favorite ones. It's a mom hack for sure. And then I think those are pretty much the only two that I use. What about you?
I love that. I'm gonna definitely look into that. Retouch, you said?
Yeah.
Retouch. Okay, I'm gonna look into that one. So I don't have that. I used to use Lightroom a lot. I have not used that app in a long time, but I know it's really, really good. It is one that you'll probably have to pay into. Now, a free one that I use is Perfect 365. It's more of like smoothing out your skin, enhancing your features, stuff like that. Now, that is not necessary. You see Jackie Deering, how blown up she is. She doesn't filterize anything. You can be as raw as you want, but I mean, she is outside a lot when she's taking her videos. You notice that, right? Like it's good lighting. So she does do that. Now, so Perfect 365, Beauty Plus, those are two main ones that I use. For videos, it is more, if I have a video, so I take like a minute long video and I wanted to cut it into sections, a main feature I use is I go on Facebook, and you know how you can just like cut your video up right away? I act as if I'm going to post a story, and I'll upload my video and then I cut it up into pieces and I just keep saving it. And then when it's all done, then I group it all together. And then those are the videos that you'll see, like I'll take out a coffee cup and then all of a sudden my coffee's in it and then my water's in it. And it's like little sections. I'll usually do like 3-second videos and then piece them together with music.
Which app is that? Which app that you use for your videos?
So that's just Facebook. So, you know, when you upload a story to Facebook, you go to put your video and you can like cut up your video.
Not on a reel.
No, this is just adding to your story. So I'm going to upload my video to my story, but I'm not uploading it. I'm just acting as if I'm going to. It'll say cut your clip. So I'm going to cut it, save it.
I didn't even know that.
So then I save it. Yeah, trim it. There you go. So I'm going to trim my video to like 3 seconds, save it, close out of it, go back in, get the other piece of the video, save it, close out, go back in. It literally takes me like 2 seconds. So that's one of my favorite ways to trim a video. I just find it's the fastest, most effective way. Now, the other app I use is V-Edit Video Cutter and Merger. So V-Edit Video Cutter and Merger. So basically, I just put videos and you can cut it. You can merge your videos together. So connect a whole bunch of videos all together. Yeah, you just play around with that. I use that for a lot. The main editing one I use is InShot. I use this one a lot. So my videos where, if you see in my story, I'll be making, I don't know, a product, aloe, just say, and then I will have like the benefits coming up. And sometimes they'll like swipe into the side, or sometimes they'll drop from the top. You can see result pictures. So you can actually do so much in InShot. You can add text, you can make it like bounce in, you know, you can make it fun. You can even add music right on InShot. I never do that because I use the music on my story. You can do so much on InShot. You can even crop your video, you can speed it up, you can slow it down. So play around with InShot because there's so much you can do, and YouTube it. YouTube how to use InShot, and it'll like break up the video for you and tell you exactly what you can do. There's so much. There's even more than what I know how to do. So that is a main one I use for videos. Crop it with the Facebook story, and then with the pictures, Perfect 365, Beauty Plus, Lightroom. So that's about it. Oh, I can't hear you.
I muted myself. So just talking away over here, just hand talking. I was going to say InShot. I think it was Sandra who showed me how to do slower but quicker videos, because I was like, when I go to use my phone, it's super fast hyperlapse, and I was like, how do you get it like a perfect like combo that your video is not like 3 minutes long, you can compress it? And she told me about InShot. And I am going to go in there and use the features, because I used to use the Mojo app and one of the other ones to like put moving pictures on top, because it is really captivating. I think that's one of the things that I love about some of the content that you do. And you don't do it every day, but you do take like a day here and a day there and make those moving ones. And I feel like that sets you apart from so many other people who, there's so many people working online. Like if we go through our friends list, we're like, oh, that girl's with XYZ and that girl's with this, you know, it sets you apart when you can elevate your post or your stories just that little bit. And I did not know that Facebook trim, which I love. Thank you for that. Okay, what was I going to ask? So for apps, I know that you shared Perfect 365, Beauty Plus, InShot, and then as far as taking pictures go, I just want to share this because she shared with me, I think when we were in Punta Cana, because I can't remember what I was doing. Oh, I have a hand tremor. So I was like trying to like hold the phone, and she was like, all you have to do is like put your hand up and it'll take a picture for you. Like if it's on a tripod, if you don't have if you don't have time to run in the countdown and then you're like trying to like get in your picture and pose properly. She's like, you can just stand there, find your pose, and then you put your hand up and your camera will engage and take the photo. So I was like, that's so good. So for photo tips wise,
oh, hold on, Jess. I just wanted to jump in there and say, I don't know if iPhone does that. I do know that that is a Samsung feature. I'm not 100% sure, but yes, if you just hold your hand up like this on a Samsung, as far as I know, I don't know about the other ones, it'll just take your photo for you. It makes it so much easier. You can also set it for 10 seconds, 5 seconds, or 3 seconds, I believe. So when it's already preset, when you do your hand, if you're a group of people, then you still have time to get ready. And I wanted to share one other thing is that a main thing I do is I will take a video. So I will just take a video of me. If I want a picture of myself here in my office, just say, I'll set up my ring light and I will take a video and I will like hold my book up. I'll write, I'll take a drink out of my drink. I'll look to the side, I'll look this way, and it's all a video. And then I'll take screenshots because I find it so much easier to get pictures that way than posing. Because I don't know about you guys, but if I sit there and I try to pose for a picture, I don't know. Sometimes it just comes across really fake looking, or I get nervous, or so sometimes a video, it looks a lot more natural. So even like walking, I will take a picture, like a power shot is what Sandra and I call it, is we will, get dressed up really nice and then like take a nice walk and then screenshot after. And like, you'll have really, really nice poses. So yeah, I just wanted to share that.
I think that is an awesome tip because I am the same. I'll go to take a photo and I don't know if I'm just like self-conscious of myself or insecure or whatever, but I'm like, it just seems so stiff. So I love that you said to do it in a video because it's more like it's a natural pose. You're moving into that motion. So I think that's an awesome tip. Do you have people that you follow that you get photo inspiration from? We're going to go into wording inspiration, like people to follow, but is there anyone, I know if you have an Instagram, like you kind of see different ways that give you different ideas, but do you have any recommendations for that?
Yes. So in my group page, so I have like a group page with my team, and we actually have an album in there that says leaders to follow. So I'm always updating this. So anytime I come across somebody who I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know about this leader, I go and add it to that album. Me or Sandra will go and add it in. And I have a lot of people that I actually follow. I have a list. So one is Erin Tweed. So I don't know if you guys know her, but she's really good to follow. She's very, very consistent. And one thing that you'll notice is everybody who I follow on social media are very consistent. I used to have other people that I used to follow, and when they stopped being consistent, I stopped following. So that definitely goes to show how important consistency is. Jackie Deering, I love following her. Jocelyn Yates, Amber Parker, Claire Flores. So I can definitely write up a list and send it off to you guys. Haley Cox, I love watching her. Ashley Mayfield, Christy Christensen, Jill Peterson, Jessica Wireman, Tanis Goulet, Courtney Bowman, Krista Santos, Savannah Sparks. I don't know if you guys know her, but I use her result pictures all the time. Actually bumped into her in Punta Cana, and she is just a sweetheart, and her content's really good. And what I like to do is there's so many more, but I will definitely get a list off and send it to you. But I love to follow them on Instagram and on Facebook because both platforms are always a little bit different. And if I click on their story and I see something I really like, sometimes I'll take a screen recording. If they're doing like a video, I'll screen record it. And then I will go and write out kind of what they're saying, but like in my own words. And then I will go and do my own video just like it. So it's just kind of like learning from the leaders, right? Another thing I like to do is if they have graphics, I will go and take their graphics and share it into our stories chat. And then that way everybody has those graphics to use. And then I get a lot of ideas. Like if I see that they share a graphic and they have a lot of shares, like a lot of people shared it, then I will go and use that graphic. But when I go and I follow somebody, what I do is I scroll as far down as I can. I don't like to use content that they are using right now because I don't find it's very good for like the Facebook algorithm, because then all the same stuff is floating around. But if I go to something they posted like a month ago, I find it gets a lot more interaction. So as soon as I go to their page, I try to scroll really far down, find some stuff I like, and I will just, if I see posts that they do, I will copy some of the writing. I don't always take the whole thing, but I will take, even if it's just like the beginning of it, and I will go and paste it into my boards. And then I will finish the post in my own words. So I just kind of like take little pieces, whether it's the beginning, the ending, the middle, the bones of the post, and then I'll just like tweak it to my own. Or if I just love the post and I cannot think of how I would change it because it's just so perfect, but there's a little minor details, like they're talking about being in the business for 8 years. I've been around for 4 years. I'll go and tweak that. They're talking about their daughters. I have sons. I'll tweak that. So I make sure to really read through, because you don't want to be posting something and people be like, I thought you had boys. You have to be very careful of what you're posting. You know what I mean? You want to, yeah. And I do really, I think it's really important to have your own content. I really do, because your viewers are going to read right through you. Even if it's just a one-liner, you just want to like say one thing, that's okay. But it's still your own words, right? And if you are taking from other leaders, just make sure that it's something that relates to you. Don't just take something just to have something to post. Take it because it really hit you, you know? That's all.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I do the exact same thing. Like if I find something that I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was so powerful, that was so inspiring. If it inspired me, that's because that's a tribe. When they say, oh, attract your tribe, she's attracting me. And if I'm posting like that, I'm attracting those kinds of people as well. And then obviously personalizing it. I, in the beginning, oh man, copy and pasting posts, you definitely want to read it and change it. And I take screenshots of posts, like people's posts that I like. And then I'm like, okay, I'm saving this idea for later, and I'll go in and retype it up too. Just like you said, you take the bones and you personalize it. And I think it's so smart what you said, that if you're going through someone's newsfeed, and I do this once in a while, but you have to be careful you don't get stuck in the scroll hole. You guys set a timer if you're going to go and get content. Because next thing you know, you've gone through, 5 leaders' pages and it's been like an hour or something. If you're doing like a content pick a day that you're going to do that and get a whole bunch of content for yourself, or set a time limit, like you're going to give yourself like a 20-minute window, something along those lines. And if you do see a post that's not about the business and it has like Dana said, if you go to either of our pages and you scroll down and you see one that has like 20 shares, a whole bunch of comments, like it's really engaging for people, those are ones that you want to take because it's really good for your algorithm. And then your other posts that you're posting about business are going to get more exposure. So I think that's super important tip. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me see where we're at. So for in the beginning, I know that it's really hard to kind of find your own style. We talked about this a little bit before we had Zoom, that, you know, we have a niche. And she said, it took me a while to figure out what my audience liked or responded to. And it is really just playing around with how you provide your content, what you're posting about, and what people are coming to you. And then kind of stick within that style. It's like we go to someone's Instagram and it's all color themed and beautiful. You know, that didn't just happen overnight. It didn't just turn into like some fantastic pages. It was like, okay, I'm going to go neutral. Okay, I'm going to use this font. Okay, I'm going to use this lighting preset. And then it all kind of forms this beautiful thing. And you get really good following. And you have tons. I remember you told me that your stories are in like the 300, 400, 500s, which obviously people are wanting to follow you. So for getting people, when you're new and you're like, I don't really know what to style or to grow a kind of following, is there specific people that you're attracting when you're adding to your business? If you're not doing host to post, like, are you adding outside of on Instagram followers, or there's certain pages or groups? Like, how do you grow those followers, or if someone was new?
Okay. I getting my notes in order because you're asking me all the questions out of order. I'm just kidding. I'm like, everything organized, and I'm like, where are we? Okay. So, yeah, I want to say, when I first started stories, I'm gonna say something first. When I first started this network marketing, I was always like, I am never adding to my story. It's not what I do. I don't put myself out there. I'm not taking selfies. I'm not doing videos. I am not doing voice clips. I had all of these like very limited beliefs, very like, I'm not doing anything that's basically going to get me customers. You know what I mean? Like, I was like very full of fear. I basically wanted to make $250 a month, pay off my student loan, and get the products for cheap. And I did not realize the potential of what network marketing was. It was very new to me. And
with a caption that said,
Gotcha.
thank you. So yeah, so I was just like, okay, this is very new. But I will say that the more you do what you're afraid of, the more you're going to grow. Because if you look at my Facebook now, I am all over it. Videos and pictures and selfies and, oh my God, reels, things that I thought I would never do. Hopping on a Zoom like this, I'm still terrified. My heart is still beating. I had to get like organized. This is huge for me to be on a Zoom, but I'm proud of myself because I am jumping outside my comfort zone every day, and I'm growing every single day, and I'm going to continue growing. And so I want to say that when I first started doing my story, I had like 10 viewers. Okay. 10 people. So, but 10 viewers are more than zero. So I just stayed consistent. And then next thing I knew, I had like 40, and then I had like 100. And that took a long time to get up to 100. And I just stayed consistent. The highest I've ever gotten was 670 people on my stories. And I think that's because when people click on my stories, they don't know what they're going to see. It is like, it's not something that is like, oh, I know what she's going to post because she posts it every day. It could be a TikTok of a hippo eating a watermelon. because that's something that is funny to me. And it was like, wow, that's really cool. But guess what? My viewers are going to think it's kind of cool too. Now, in my sick mind, it's also promoting health and wellness. He's eating healthy. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my personality. So I will post stuff like that. I will post my products. I will post about like me making my products one day. One day I'm having a full-on conversation with the camera. I'm just talking about what I'm doing today, what's stressing me out, how busy I am. I have to get to this dental appointment and I have to do this and I have to pick up my son and it's exam week and it's kind of stressful and I'm just like making my coffee and like I'm taking it to go because it's so easy and I'm going to burn fat along the way and it's my breakfast in one. I'm kind of talking about the benefits while I'm making it. The next day I'm going to literally just take a video and make an aloe and talk about the benefits of the aloe. Another day I'm going to have just a video where you just see my cup and I'm making whatever product and words are coming up talking about it. Like it's a very big variety. Okay. Now, if I were to go in my story every single day and do the exact same thing, I just feel like for me as a viewer, when I see people in their stories and it's always the same thing, sometimes I get in the trend of just like click, click, click. Okay, next, because I know what's coming, right? So when I'm posting to my story, I like to post as if I am the viewer. What would I want to see? What would I want to see today? I want some entertainment. I'm home with the kids. I'm having my coffee. And now I'm going to scroll through a couple stories. What's going to entertain me? Like, and get value from it. So at the same time that I'm entertaining people, I'm still showing them my products and the benefits and what they're doing, but I'm also showing the opportunity. It could just be me spreading out my groceries and like talking about how my bonus just paid for this. Getting my nails done. One day I will just post about how I got my nails done with my bonus, or the next time I'll post like a funny or a cool reel showing like before and after. Like it's always like an entertainment thing in my stories for me. Okay. So I kind of view it as like an advertisement. When back in the day when I used to watch a lot of TV and there was commercials were set out to entertain you, but also stick in your mind. Even though it's being funny, like I don't know if you guys remember like the Mentos commercials, or I'm trying to think of which commercials. Lego my ego, like they're just kind of like funny. It was teenagers like on the go running around, they're throwing egos in the air, but it's stuck in your mind because it was entertainment, right? So that's kind of what I like to do. Consistency is key. There is something I do that I find different than a lot of people. I don't know if it's good or bad, so don't take my word on it, but I always take one day off a week of posting to my story. I find it resets my algorithm. So I try to be very, very consistent all week, and then I'll take a day where I don't post. And then very, very consistent, don't post. Very, very consistent, don't post. That's just my thing that I do, and it's been really working for me. My views are still really high. Yeah, so that's basically what I've been doing with my stories.
And I love that because it's like texture almost. You can do a photo, but every day doesn't have to be a picture. You can do a slow-mo, you can do a hyperlapse, you can do you making it, or you can do you showing yourself making it, like a second party perspective. I like how you just said that you can just do it in so many different ways, and then you don't really know what you're going to get. It's the same thing with like if you're having a niche, like she talks about being a hockey mom, but she might post her driving to hockey or at the rink or ice cream after hockey. So it's like the niche is still there, but in different ways. Because we were talking about photos, and I was like, well, okay, you're gonna hear a funny story. We were talking about pictures and how a lot of us just take the selfie. And she was like, I would like to know like what your living room looks like. What does your kitchen look like? when you in like your natural atmosphere when you're taking a picture or a video, and I actually like prop my camera up in my bedroom and send her a picture of me. And I like this.
She was like, oh, it was funny. I got to see what your
Um,
looks like.
But variety, okay? Post a picture, a selfie with you, or then with your kids, and then maybe with your dog, and inside and outside, and cooking and walking, and like doing variety. I think you never know what you're gonna get, and then it does make it a little bit interesting. You don't have to have. I remember thinking when I first started, and I was like, I'm a mom at home. I don't have anything interesting to share. But there's a lot of moms that are at home. What are we doing? We're cooking. We're doing laundry. We're, maybe we're outside. Maybe we're grocery shopping. Maybe we're at the gas station or the post office. Like, you can set an alarm in your phone for every 2 hours. And then as soon as that alarm goes off, you like look around and be like, what can I take a picture in my like environment? And then your story becomes like a vlog of your life, and people want to be like, oh, what's she doing today? It's like reality TV, but in a story. So I think that's great. And okay, so where are we? So for your video content, you kind of shared a little bit, and I'm curious, okay, am I jumping ahead of myself? No. So for TikToks and Reels, because I want to start being more consistent with that. I know that we need to kind of evolve with technology. Back when I first started, you guys, we only had posting. We didn't have stories. We didn't have lives. We didn't have Reels. And there's a reason why they bring in those extra things. It's because lots of us have changed. They say 80% of people watch video content over posts now, because we have that, like, we need the dopamine. We want to see the entertainment. We need the entertainment. So you do these really cute Reels and TikToks, and I don't even like know where to start when I'm like, I don't know what video to make. And I'm not someone who dances. I don't have any cool skill that I can like share. And I know when you were going to go to conference, you're like, oh yeah, I have a whole bunch like saved. So what do you do when you're kind of looking for content? Do you search hashtags? Are there leaders that you follow and you duplicate just like you're posting? What do you do to get like video content ideas?
Okay, so one thing that I do is, everybody has a For You page. So I like to kind of prep my content. So I take Saturdays to myself. It's usually like my day off. And then Sundays, I like to have a prep day. So basically on Saturday, I usually have a bit of downtime where I'm kind of scrolling either Reels or TikToks, and I will save them. So on TikTok, you can save to collections. So what I like to do is when I save a video, I will label it like, do these with Bobby, because I like to drag my husband into this and make him do TikToks. And it's hilarious because he doesn't have any social media. He doesn't have Facebook, Instagram, nothing. He like hardly answers my text messages. He doesn't use anything. So like we're complete opposite, because I'm on mine all day and he doesn't touch anything. So it's funny because I did get him on a TikTok and it got like 6.3 million views. So everywhere he was going, people were like, you're on TikTok. And it was so funny, especially at the mine. So anyways, I will save a collection to do with my husband, a collection to do with my kids. I will do another one to do with my team, because anytime I get together with my team, then I already have a collection of TikToks that I want to recreate with them. And I mean, I can also use those with like a friends group if I want to do that as well. And then another one is a collection of what I want to do when I travel. So like TikToks I want to redo, product videos. I like to follow a lot of top leaders on Reels. So if I'm like on Instagram and I see like, as I'm following these leaders, when I see they do a reel, sometimes I will see a reel that they do where I'm like, oh, I have pictures or videos already saved in my phone that I can just add to this template. Because a lot of reels will have templates, and then I will just go and quickly make it and save it to my draft. And then I have one ready to go on a dry day where I just have nothing to post. Another thing that I like to do is, this is a huge one that I do. So it could be dangerous. So when people add you to Facebook, I go through that almost every day. People who add me. So I will go and click on them. If they are somebody, I don't have mutual friends with them, they don't seem to be working network marketing or anything like that, I will just add them back. That's fine. They can be on my Facebook. Now, if I go and click on somebody and they work for another network marketing, that's not It Works, like it could be anything, I will go and take some of their content. I will go and scroll. Now, don't get lost in the scroll and don't get sucked into what they're posting, because they're posting to attract you. So you got to be very careful, get in, get out. Like I literally give myself like 5 minutes on a timer, and I will go and look at their reels, take their verbiage, write it down, and save it for my next reel, because it's something that I'm not seeing a lot on my news feed, because I don't have people from other network marketing. I never accept people from other network marketing. It's just something I don't do, but I will go and take their content. If they have graphics that have been shared a lot, I will go and take it. If they do a post and I just love the verbiage, I will go and take like a piece of it and I will just use it for my own. And then I just delete their friend request and move on, and I go to the next one. So that is something I do, because the content's out there, it's set to public, it's for anybody to see. So I will go and take some of that. I get a lot of really good content that way. I do that too. Yes, Crystal. And then another thing I like to do, just making sure I'm not.
Can I ask you a question? Because I know that you said that you save them in collections and you have like, so is that on TikTok or is that on Instagram Reels, or like how are you saving them categorized like that? Because I would love to do that and I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so this is something I recently learned from Sandra when we went to Florida, because I was always saving my my TikToks just saved. Like I would just hold my finger down and then you save it, and I would just have a whole bunch. And then anytime I wanted to go and do a reel or a TikTok, I would have to scroll, and I'm like, I swear it's in here, and I would like scroll forever. So now when you hold your finger down to save the video, it will say save to, or it'll say collections. So you click, I think I'm doing this right.
So it's on TikTok, and it's almost like when you're saving a Facebook post to a collection, you just kind of make your own collection. Cool. So good. And you can do that on like your For You page. So like when you're scrolling your For You page, you can put them in collections. So smart.
This is my TikTok. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Is that clear? Okay. So I'm in my saved. When I click on collections, you're going to see it says, do this with friends. Do this with, do these are just ones that I want to do for myself. And then hair stuff, I got redo with Bobby. I have makeup stuff. I got workout. I have Florida.
Cool.
So you can
I love that.
change them to collections. So yeah, it makes
all the
so much easier. So
and you can't do that on Instagram. It's just TikTok when you're finding TikTok content, right?
Not that I know of. If anybody knows if you can do that on Instagram, please type it in here. I don't know if you can. I just saved my Instagram reels. I don't ever do it to collections. But it is really, really handy to have. And what I love doing is like batch filming, taking a day and just like doing a couple videos. They can be short and easy. And if you're brand new, just starting and you don't know where to start, just copy people. Just go to, you can go into the search bar. You can type, if I want to do a product, you can actually go in and type in like product videos or templates or a leader. The best thing to do is to go and follow a leader and then just do exactly what they're doing in their video. Find one that's super easy. It can literally show the product and then all of a sudden your results. Or you can show the product and show a customer's results. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things that you can do. There's so many easy ones. There's ones where you can literally just voice over what they're saying, like very easy. You can keep it in your niche. You can do ones with your dog if you're like a dog lover. You can do them with your kids. I kind of have a huge niche. Like, I'm a hockey mom. I love my pets. I love my coffee. I quit my 9 to 5. Like, I kind of like have a variety, and I love funny stuff. Now, another thing with me is I'm not one for working out at all. I think it's very important. I think it's healthy, but I'm just like one of those people that I will work out, and I will work out hard if I have somebody with me and I have to like compete with them. Like, if I go to a gym with a friend, you better believe it. I'm keeping up and I'm trying to do better and I'm like doing it. But if I go by myself, I'm like listening to my music. I'm like, like not into it. So I like to do funny videos on how I don't like working out, or how I'm trying to eat healthy, but I'm like looking in my cupboards, trying to find snacks. And, like, I just like those kind of funny things. It relates to me. It's just a part of my humor. So I like doing stuff like that. Another thing I like to do is I like to put myself in my viewers' shoes. Like, what would they want to see? Like, what are they liking on social media? And also, if I see like somebody, like a potential customer, because what I like to do is all my potential customers, like, I have this book here, it says potentials, and I have like a bunch of my potential customers, potential distributors all in here. And what I like to do is I go every day and I go and like their stuff. I'll go to their story, I'll comment on it. I will, it's very genuine. I'm not just going just to do it. I'm trying to build relationships with these people, right? Now, when I'm doing that, if I go and scroll their Facebook and I see that they're sharing a graphic, and the graphic is, I don't know, it says something specific, I will actually go and take the verbiage from their graphic that they did and put it into a reel. So the reel can be me looking out the window of my airplane and I'm just writing their verbiage that they had, but guess whose eye that's going to captivate is my potential customers. So now we're like relating even more, if that makes sense. And they're usually the first ones to like it. So it is working. So I'm kind of reusing their stuff that they're posting, basically, in a different way. I think that was all I wanted to cover for that section.
You know what? I love that you said that you go to your potentials pages and you like and comment. And I remember when I first started, I was like, I don't know what to comment. I'm a super big introvert at heart, like originally before this business helped me with my self-confidence. So I was like, this is, when there's a party, I was the awkward person standing in like the back, you know what I mean? So a compliment goes a long way. Everyone loves a compliment. If you were put up a post and then someone came and commented something really sweet, a compliment on it, how good does that make you feel? So maybe your goal is to make other people feel good. And you know what? The more you're engaging with them, even if you don't know them, or maybe it was from a host to post and they're a brand new potential, when you're engaging on their stuff, they're seeing more of your posts. So it it just naturally opens up that friendship door. And then when you put something up, they feel more comfortable that they can just reach out to you. And especially if you're being relatable, they're relating with you because they feel you. And that's when no trust comes around. They're trusting you. And that's how I feel like attraction marketing, that's like the circle of life. You really do need to spend that time to interact. I love that you shared that. That wasn't actually one of the things that we wrote down for attraction marketing, but it's definitely one of the things. So you did mention that you batch film. We're coming close to our time limit, so I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time, but one of the tips that Dana shared with me and that I love is that when she makes a video of like her coffee or something like that, she saves it. And then a couple of weeks later, she'll repost it. People don't know that same celery or that same whatever is a video that she already made. Maybe I'm like, aren't your nails pink this time? That's pretty much the only thing is the color of her nails. I can tell it's a record. But if you're busy, so many of us are busy. We have the full-time jobs, we have the kids. make a week's worth of content and don't just throw it away. Put it in a folder that's like reusable video content, or you can take a clip from it and then post it and then add a photo to it or something different to break it up a little bit. Because you talked about like Sunday, you kind of sit down, you make your content, you batch film. So we went over that. And
Oh, Jess, can I jump in for a sec with the the batch filming? I also wanted to talk about how I also batch content, like what I'm posting. So one thing I love to do, which I've talked about this on Zooms before, is that in boards where you can go and create your own board, I like to do a posting board. So weekly posting, and then I will have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are my main posting times, right? Like I still post on Saturdays. It's my day off. I just post whatever. And Sundays, obviously, I post as well, but those are the days that I prep for. So on Monday, I will have post 1, post 2, post 3, post 4 each day. I try to post, 3 or 4 times a day. On a really good day, that is what I'm posting. So it'll be morning, afternoon, supper, before bed is what I like to do. So having all of that prepped, like when I am on point, like when I am like really, really organized, this is what I like to do, because then there's no thought to it. I have all my posts for the whole week. I have my batch content for the whole week. And I have so much time with my family. I have so much time to clean my house. I have so much time to just do my own thing because my work is done. The main thing I need to do now is get in people's inboxes, have people come to me and be answering their questions, be answering whatever they need and signing, right? Like that's what we're all here for, is to get those enrollments. So just having like the posting part done, it just takes a huge part of the stress away.
And I feel that because I remember, especially in the first part of my business, I hadn't created that habit, that consistency. And it is a muscle, you guys, that you have to exercise. And some days I'll miss 2 days in a row and I'm like, dang. And then you just have to realize, okay, I have to get back on track. A great way that, like Dana said, getting all of her content, she already knows what she's going to post. I think for me, I was just like looking like a hot mess. I was tired. I was like, I'm going to say pretty. I just don't feel attractive. Like, I don't want to post that. So take that day that you're going to do your content prep and get dolled up a little bit. We are professional business owners. It's okay to throw your hair in a messy bun and be a hot mess mom, but you are still a professional in a little bit of a way. So having good quality content is going to, do you want more people coming to you? Then that's what it is. If you're more professional, they know they can trust you, and especially for distributors, because they're like, is she going to know how to, take care of me as a distributor? So go and change your outfit. Go and take some pictures, put your hair up, do it in different places. You can get all of your photos. I can't remember where we were. I think I had taken a whole bunch of pictures and then we went to go and see like my parents and we were gone for 3 days and someone messaged me and they're like, aren't you at your mom's house right now? But I'm posting all of my prep content from before, but no one will know that I'm not wearing that outfit today. That picture was from 3 days ago. It doesn't matter as long as you're being consistent getting up the content. So I think that's great. And then, so what would be your biggest, we're getting to our last couple questions. What would be your biggest tip for someone who's nervous about taking photos or doing video? Because I get this a lot. I know that I was there when I was like, I don't want to take the pictures. You kind of have to grow into it, but what would your tips be for someone who's new? They're like, what do I post? Like, what would you say?
Okay. I am just getting my notes because I don't want to miss anything. So I will say, like I said before, this was me. I was the person who was really scared, huge introvert. Definitely did not think I would be posting the way I am today. But my biggest tip for somebody would be to just do it. Like get out of your comfort zone and do it, but also start small. Like you don't have to set up your camera and all of a sudden start talking and know all the products and know what you're saying. You don't have to do that. What you could do is you could start by just showing your hands, showing your hands making the product. You don't have to show yourself. You know, you can, I mean, I've done this where I just like take my phone and I prop it inside my cupboard. So it's like pointed down. And
I was wondering about that. Like, I
yes,
need an upward view, a
I
tripod.
actually bought, oh, it's not here. I actually bought a unit that it has an arm that comes out and it holds your phone. So now I have something to put it in. So I'm really excited. But what I used to do is I used to take my phone, stick it in my cupboard, put something heavy on top so it doesn't fall down. And I would literally just film my hands like making my coffee, making whatever. And all I'm trying to say is like start small like that. But the thing is it's really good for your viewers to see your hands. You are making your product. You're not just taking stuff out of the stories chat and using videos that other people have done. You are using these products, right? It can be a boomerang. You can literally hold your bag of coffee and like boomerang it, like just shimmy it, and then people are seeing and you're like enjoying my cup of coffee. You can take your cup of coffee and open up your door and show this your snowbank, or if you're lucky and you live somewhere tropical, then I mean I'd be showing those palm trees every freaking day, but like show your environment, show your kids playing, show yourself enjoying your fat burning coffee full of collagen that's helping your hair, your skin, your nails, your joints, all of that stuff. Like talk about the benefits. If you don't know the benefits, look it up, ask your upline, get educated on it. All you need is a small blurb, right? Because that hook is what's going to draw people in. But my biggest advice is like, just start somewhere. If you need to just show your hands and then work your way up, the next one you can show from here down, have your cup in front of you, you're making your coffee, you're making whatever. Eventually show yourself. Now you don't even have to talk. You can just put music over it. So they see you making your stuff. You can cheers the camera, whatever you want to do, but just start somewhere. And then slowly you will keep progressing. That's something I want to say. Another thing is, if you work on your mindset every single day, you are going to grow. So mindset is a huge, huge part of it. And if you haven't read the book, Get Over Your Damn Self, that is one that I'm almost done reading right now. It is so good, like so good. And it's true. You need to just get over your damn self because nobody cares. Like nobody is looking at your videos thinking like, oh, she's really nervous. She's sucking at this. No, they're like, what is she making? Like, and if you're just like making a coffee and you have nothing written and nothing, and then you just like exit out, your viewers are confused. What did you just do? You know, you need to give them like anything that you're posting, give value. So what value do you want to give to your viewers right now? You're making this coffee. What do you want them to know about this coffee? You know, is it easy to take on the go because it's in single packets? Show yourself putting it in your purse. Head out the door with your to-go cup. You know what I mean? If you want to show that it burns fat, talk about how it burns fat and all the benefits of it. And then maybe the next slides have graphics showing before and after pictures, results, all of these things. But at least your viewers are seeing you using it, right? The other thing, I think that's basically the main thing I wanted to say. It's just, you just got to start somewhere, you know, do your mindset. If you don't want to show yourself right away, at least like post about it in some way.
I love that you said mindset because it is us being nervous, being scared, not feeling confident. Those are all mindset things. And you don't feel motivated when I'm like, oh, so for video, one tip that I would like to share, practice one product. You don't have to know them all. Go to the website, look at some bullet points on what they do and think, okay, why am I excited about this product? If I was talking to a friend, have them on the other side of the screen. When you're doing your video, you're talking to your mom or you're talking to your best friend so that it comes off natural. I used to walk around my living room recording myself. I would rewatch it to see what my like facial expressions were like. My husband thought I was crazy, but the more that I practiced that, and then maybe I would find a video and it was short that I liked, then I would, you know, that's the one that I would share. I love how you said start small, show just your hands. I used to do like sitting with my feet up on my couch with my coffee in my lap. You couldn't even see my face. I probably look like a haggard mess. Okay. It is good to get your face in your stories because people connect with people, but they also connect with what you have going on in your life too. So I thought that was awesome. Mindset is
sorry. I just wanted to say
go
that's
ahead.
a good thing what you said is that people are going to buy you before the product, right? Like they are going to connect with you and purchase the product because they trust you. They are getting to know you. The more you post yourself, the more they're getting to know you. I remember I had a distributor join me and her profile picture was of a cat. And when she joined, I was like, you know, it'd be a good idea to change your picture so people can get to know you. And eventually when she did, I had no idea what this lady looked like. I had no idea. There was no pictures on social media. I wasn't sure if she was a scam. I didn't know she was a real person. She wouldn't voice note. So it was like I had no idea. And then when she changed it, I was like, you're like 20 years old. Like I thought it was like this old lady. I had no idea her name was an older lady. I had no idea. And she was like this drop dead gorgeous 20-year-old girl. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, wow, like not what I was expecting. But like your viewers have no idea who you are. You know, like you need to get some pictures up, show yourself, like talk to people. And she got really into it and she actually did really well. So yeah, get your viewers knowing who you are. And that's so important. So I just wanted to say that.
I think that's very true. That's very true. I've had that happen before where I was like, I didn't realize, I did not realize, I thought you were like my mom's age. I just had a distributor sign and she changed she was doing like cryptocurrency and banking and like very much like, I don't know, you think that they would have educational experience and then she posted a photo and I was like, you're so young. Anyways, I think that that's really important. And like I said, you know, it builds that connection when people can see you. For me, you guys, affirmations are something that I did not feel confident. Confidence was the biggest thing, the biggest hurdle for me. And I would just say to myself, you can write it out and then say it out loud. And you really have to write it and then you have to say it so that you believe it. And I would say things to myself all the time being like, okay, I post valuable content. I take great photos. You know, I have people coming to me from my posts. Any of those kinds of things. I am beautiful. I am things that I didn't feel. I'm sexy. I did not feel that way. I might not have posted that way, but if I felt like I needed some kind of help with it, I would just have to tell myself, I make good posts. I give people value. You know, I'm attracting my dream distributors, my ideal customers to me. Those kinds of things that, you know, I think that it's a great place to end on mindset. And then I was just going to say, you know, any last tips that you want to share, and we are like right pretty much at an hour or so. Anything else last minute? And does anyone have questions?
One thing I'll just touch on briefly is where I add to my network from. That's something that I just didn't touch on, and I know you asked it in the beginning, so I just wanted to go back to that real quick. One of the main ways that I add to my network is friends of friends. Is a main way, because I find once they see that we already have mutual friends, I get a lot of add backs that way. And I do have that rule with myself where anytime I pick up my phone, I need to add to my network or interact. So I do one or the other. We pick up our phones a lot in a day. You can add a lot of people to your network if you're consistent with that. So that is something I love doing, is adding friends of friends. Also advertisements. So we get like Sheen, magnetic lashes, like there's all these like branded things that will come up on my news feed, and I will just like add from there, because that's how I get a lot of people from the States, is from the advertisements. I've never been one to add people from groups, just not what I do. But I do add, I get a lot of my followers from Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels. So I'll get like followers from that way. And that is basically it for that. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to add. Just I want you guys to know that like any step you take, like any kind of action is going to get you somewhere. Like the only way to fail with this business is to quit. That's the absolute only way that you're going to fail is quitting. Now, any step that you take, you're going to get results. So continuously do the things like add to your network. You know, if you don't have to batch film, if you're not somebody who feels organized enough to batch film, or you just don't know where to start, that's okay. Just if you see a reel that you're like, oh, I could probably do that, save it. But don't just save it and have this huge collection of these save reels and TikToks. Like I used to do that. No, make it a point that go in there and make one of them. You don't have to look put together. People are more, they're going to relate to you more probably as a hot mess mom. You want to be in your house coat, your messy bun, whatever, just go mimic what they're saying and just watch. You're going to get some followers from it. Or, you know, use your result pictures if you have results. If you don't, use result pictures that we have on hand. There's so many TikToks and reels that you can just go and copy that are very, very easy. But the only way it's going to work is if you're actually putting the action in. So you have to put that action to get the results. So I don't know, Jessica, if you happen to see any questions in the chat. I haven't been paying attention.
I don't. And I'm glad that you ended on growing your network. I think that ads are really smart, especially because most of them are shopping ads. So if there's people that are liking them, you know that they're buying online. So if they're shopping, I think that's a great place to get customers. And then what was I going to say? Oh, okay. So if you guys don't follow Samantha Bowers, I would definitely go and do that. If you're someone who wants to get into Facebook Reels or TikToks, maybe you're not on TikTok, just doing video content. Like I said, 80% more people watch videos than they do posts. So if you're feeling stuck, go and do that. She said she went from, I can't remember what she said, how many followers on Facebook. 5,000 is the cap, how many people that you can personally be friends with, but you can have unlimited followers, you guys. And she went in 1 year of doing Reels or TikToks consistently, and just directing people back to her Facebook and now posting them on Reels. She grew over 250,000 people in a year just from doing it consistently. And there were videos of her making fun of her husband and funny ones, like Dana said, and drizzling in the product and the business, but it was more personal. And she's like, I just did personal. And all those people started following me. And now she has almost 500,000 followers on Facebook, which is crazy. And she only just started it. I don't even think it's been 2 years. So you don't, if you're someone who's putting up the posts and you're like, no one's liking and commenting, no one's interested in what I have to say, no one likes my stuff, that's not true. People are watching. I remember when we went from posts and I would get like a couple of likes. Sometimes ones would do better than the others. And I was like, no one's seeing my stuff. And then stories came out and I was like, oh, 50 people viewed it. There's people that are watching. They're just not saying anything. So start from zero. You can start with 100 friends on Facebook, consistently add every single day. If you're getting up the reels, all it takes is one to go viral, and then you'll have hundreds, sometimes even thousands of people adding you back. And that just, that just shows you your traction marketing. Oh, thank you, Monkey. I'm done. Okay, I'll be over a sec. She drew me an elephant. Anyways, I think we'll end on that. That was amazing. I got awesome tips, you guys, and I've been doing this for 7 years. So I am like super pumped on Dana. You brought so much value. Drop her some fire in the chat. You guys, we are definitely going to be sharing this recording once I have to download it and then put it on YouTube and then post it. And then once I post it, I'll get my list of names of people that I follow, and then we'll take Dana's list of people to follow, and you guys can, get some resources to start, getting inspired to creating your own content. So I want to say thank you, everybody, for hopping on, and thank you, Dana. I totally appreciate you doing this with me.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.